from a standing position. Keep the action flowing here at Dream 17. Fight number 2 on tonight's card. If you've just joined us, earlier on we saw Minoa man Simit Baruhan. Glancing right hand from Saadulaev. Oh, Saadulaev again, nicely done. Ends up inside the guard of Marques. Close guard of Marques. Now opens it and closes it again, putting on another triangle off his back. You see the... Oh, he opens up now and goes after the left arm of Saadulaev.
Great international plot. Sitting up, got that forearm caught. There's no way for Saadulaev to roll out of it.
Shoulder lock here from Marques.
Looking for a toe hold on top of it.
Heel kicks from Saadulaev to the upper right rib cage. Marques gives up on the toe hold. Hasn't given up on the omoplata yet. What is Marques looking for here, Frank?
Marques is still looking for that omoplata, but he's in a bad position right now. Now he's just holding on to the arm to keep him from a full pass and getting rained down on. He's got to get his head free a little bit so he can slide himself back out underneath. So he's tied up. He's locked his hands now. He's trying to squeeze that neck. He was looking for a topside choke, but he was in a bad position. He was too sideways. He's got to get to a little bit more perpendicular.
End of the round. Another rugged round for both men. Much better showing there, though, from Saadulaev, Frank.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Saadulaev. He has such great takedown, such a great ability, but the problem is that nobody out. He was a jiu-jitsu guy. Marques is on the ground. He ties everything up. I mean, look at this sweep. He's got that nice, tight, deep waist. He's got that leg caught. He just powers himself up, reaches across, and knee taps. You've got nowhere to go but back down to the ground because all your pressure points are locked up. I'm surprised, really, that Saadulaev right here didn't tap out and get in a lot more trouble. It took a lot of energy out of him because the body triangle was on. He had his head caught, but it wasn't enough to make him tap, and he stayed in the fight.
Instructions in the corner of Saadulaev. Some of the action from later in the round. Marques with the left arm all locked up. But a much better showing for Saadulaev with 1 round remaining. Stay here. Third and final round. Quarterfinals of the Dream Bantamweight Grand Prix. Do you have a 1 round apiece at the moment, Frank?
I do. I do have a 1 round apiece. It's going to be very interesting how this thing gets pulled together because I really think it's going to be decided by who has more control on the ground. Whether top game or bottom game doesn't really make a difference, but who's controlling it. You can be on the bottom and still control the fight more. That's who I was going to win this last round. That's who's going to win the fight.
Well, you're on the ground earlier than we have been in the 2 previous rounds inside of the first 20 seconds here. A few right hands up the left armpit from Marques. Inside the half guard, the view if you're a bird.
Looking for full mount.
If he can get that leg out here, Marques, he will get the mount on Saadulaev. Saadulaev locking up that left arm. Full mount now from Marques. Can he get the arms free? Saadulaev tries to park him, throws the legs up. The veins in the forearm there of Marques, my word. Like someone stuck 10 earthworms under his skin. You see Maha Sakurai in the background there ringside doing a bit of commentary on Japanese TV. Right hands now on the full mount from Marques.
The easiest way to stop a guy from throwing his legs over is to keep punching him in the face. The easiest way to stop a guy from punching in the face is buck up and throw your legs over. It's just a big back and forth battle of who's going to control this position. Right now, Marques seems to be winning it.
It has been a slick battle on the ground so far, this fight. Certainly an entertaining way to kick off the Bantamweight Grand Prix. Trying to posture up again here, Marques. Saadulaev reaching up around the back of the neck, trying to control Marquez's posture. Marquez gets the mount up a little higher now. Oh, that's a lot of talent to throw your legs over yourself like that. Nicely done from Saadulaev.
He's got it. It's a nice high Achilles lock.
This would be an amazing finish. Can Saadulaev find it now? Look at the foot in the face here of Marquez.
He's got to get his legs back across and get his body pushed away.
Some tremendous agility and flexibility from Yusup Saadulaev. What a contest, Frank.
Great position, great work. That's a full submission. He still has the submission on. Now it's out. He's got a heel hook, a reverse heel hook here. Saadulaev does if he wants to go to it. But he sees contention to sit here, plus his wrist is being tied up.
These two men just throwing up submission after submission. It is beautiful to behold. First round we gave to Marquez, second round to Saadulaev. Who do you like so far in the third, Frank?
So, I mean, honestly, up until that submission attempt, I really had Marquez win the whole thing. Now, that submission attempt so far is now swinging back to Saadulaev. He just went after it. He was being complete dominator, rolls himself out, gets up on top, has the first real legit serious submission catch, as they call it in Japan. You know the entire fight.
Referee stands them up. Oh, nice left cross from Marquez, then gets countered with a short left. We're seeing a bit of stand-up now in the final minute. Shoots in for a double, but Marquez stuffs a takedown. Single leg here from Saadulaev.
He's in a great position, whip out, nice.
He latches onto the ankle. Marquez just yanks it free. I see some of Saadulaev's Muay Thai skills come into play, perhaps. Hooks the leg, Saadulaev down to the canvas. Saadulaev inside the closed guard.
What a great wraparound takedown. Good leg wrap, perfect position. But I was going to say earlier, Saadulaev looks tired now. He spent all that energy trying to get to the ground. All of a sudden now he's kind of falling apart when he finally got back up to his feet. Puts himself in an omoplata position again. He's got to bend that arm. That arm is caught. He puts that arm over his far hip. Marquez has to take that hand and put it over on his right hip. He has a shot at finishing it.
What a back and forth contest. Submission attempt one after the other. More escapes than prison break. Marquez shoots a fist into the air. Did he get the final round? Did Saadulaev get the final round? It's a very, very close fight, Frank.
Yeah, I call it. I mean, it could go either way, but I think that, to be honest with you, I think Saadulaev pulled that off just because he had that submission attempt, even though he was dominated for so long. We see him here. He throws his legs up. He rolls himself out the back door on the way out. He pulls into this Achilles lock and gets it nice and tight. He's got it high. He almost has it. You see the toes are just a little bit too much exposed, and they get a little bit more shallow on it. He could have finished that off. Then on the feet, he gets hit nice and hard, but he immediately gets back in. After this, a little bit later, he gets back in and gets another takedown, gets back on top.
Good bit of striking here while it was on its feet. But this one has gone down to the judges. It will be closer than Siamese twins. Who gets the nod, Frank?
I don't know. This one's tough to call, but I'm going to say Saadulaev and give it to Saadulaev. That's my guess.
Hans later.
I'm going Rodolfo Marques.
Well, Hans, you're always wrong, though. So.
First judge for Marquez.
Judge Shoshi. Rodolfo. Judge Adachi. Rodolfo.
Unanimous decision. Rodolfo Marques does it. He is the first man through to the semi-finals of the Dream Bantamweight Grand Prix. But mark my words, Yusup Saadulaev will be back again because he was very impressive. Folks, more action still to come from Dream 7.